Hi there, my name is Miss Townsend and I love math. Welcome to Math with Townsend. This video is for grade 10 students who are working on the year-end summative, and it's question number 3, which is from the linear systems section. The question says, how many liters of 35% alcohol solution and how many liters of 70% alcohol solution must be mixed to produce 18 liters of 54% solution? Okay, so let's think about what the situation is in the question. And I like visuals. So we have an unknown quantity of alcohol solution, which is 35% alcohol. So that means that, for every liter of this that I have, 35% of that is pure alcohol and the rest is other, probably water, I don't know. And then I also have an unknown quantity of this much more alcohol-rich solution. It's 70% of this is alcohol. So every liter of this, every milliliter of this, every whatever of this, 70% of that is pure alcohol, and the rest is just water or solution. So what we want to do is we want to take a certain amount of the 35% solution and mix it into this jug with the 70%. And when we're done mixing, we need to have 18 liters of a mixture that is 54% alcohol. So obviously I need to take some of the 35%, some of the 70%, and find a way to end up with a 54% mixture, and I want 18 liters of it. So how are we going to approach this question? So let's think about really deeply and make sure that we understand that this 35% solution, what does that mean? Well, if I have X liters of 35% solution, then I have 35% of that, or 0.35x liters, that is the pure alcohol. So this X liters is the total liquid that's in this container, and of that, 35% is alcohol. So X liters of the total is 0.35x liters of alcohol. So similarly with the thicker or denser solution, I don't know the words, it's not math, it's science. But if I have Y liters of this 70% solution, so the total solution is Y quantity, then 70% of that amount, or 0.7 Y, is pure alcohol. So I need to mix together X liters plus Y liters to give 18 liters total. And I need to get of the alcohol portion, I need this much alcohol and this much alcohol to give me 54% of the 18 liter total. And so that's a really significant thing right here, is that it's not 0.35x and 0.7y equals 54%, because it's 54% of the total amount that I have. So let's go ahead and start making this into a math solution. So I'm going to first define my variables. I'm going to let x be the amount of 35% solution, and I'm measuring in liters. And then I'm going to let y be the amount of 70% solution, and we're measuring in liters. So I'm going to make some equations. Well, I know that when I mix this much amount of the first solution and this much of the second solution, I need to result in 18 liters of total solution. So this many liters plus this many liters is the number of liters that I need, which is 18. So that's the liters of total liquid. And I need 18 liters of the total solution. Now the next equation is going to be about the percent alcohol. So every liter of the first solution is 35% alcohol. So 35% of X and 70% of Y needs to result in a solution that is 54% alcohol. And remember, it's 54% of the total amount needs to be alcohol. So there's the two equations, and now I just have to solve those two equations and I'll know the values of x and y. So the first thing I'm going to do is multiply that 0.54 times 18. So 0.35x plus 0.70y. So 0.54 times 18 is 9.72. So just really quickly to make sure that that's understood, when this container has 18 liters of total solution in it, 9.72 liters, or 54%, will be pure alcohol, and the rest will be the water, whatever, membrane, I don't know, words. That's what that 9.72, it's 54% of the total, and the total is 18. So there's one equation I'm going to work with. And then the other equation is still x plus y equals 18. So, but what I'm going to do with it is I'm immediately going to try to solve, and I like to solve by elimination. So I'm going to multiply the second equation by 0.35. So 0.35 times 2 gives me 0.35x plus 0.35y equals, and then 18 times 0.35 is 6.3. So the first equation didn't change except for I multiplied those together, and then x plus y equals 18, I multiplied each term by 0.35, because that means that if I now subtract these two equations, I'll eliminate the x. 0.35x minus 0.35x is no more x's. So we don't have to write that. Now 0.7y minus 0.35y is 0.35y, and 9.72 minus 6.3 is 3.42. So I've eliminated my x's, and all I have to do now to solve for y is divide by 0.35, and I get y equals about 9.8. So I need 9.8 liters of the 70% solution, which means I can easily find how much of the other solution, because I know that x plus y equals 18, and now I know that y is 9.8, so x plus 9.8 equals 18, and therefore x must be 8.2. So, therefore, we need 8.2 liters of the 35% solution and 9.8 liters of the 70% solution. And again, if I mix them together, 8.2 liters plus 9.8 liters is 18 liters, and that's what I needed. 35% of this and 70% of this, if I add them together, if I add them together, I get 9.72, which is equivalent to 54% of the total solution. So I hope that was helpful. Good luck in your studies. Bye.